we have on the left Mehdi and on the right Pablo. And from what I was able to find out, I think Pablo can begin because he was 4th seed.
Okay, that's already something really good against this
Yeah,
deck.
against Blood Moon.
Yeah, against a Blood Moon, Chalice of the
Chalice,
Void,
yes.
and a lot of annoying things. A
Yeah,
red
yeah,
deck.
yeah.
And
So let's see.
maybe the perfect start for humans would be land Etervial, like
Yeah,
usual, and
and
against
that's really good against
this deck.
Blood Moon.
Yeah, and against Chalice and
And it
against.
looks like he has a masterwork at the vial in his hand,
Yeah, it
like
seems
the
so.
card on the front. So that would already be
Really good.
he's holding the cards very. Still deciding. So yes, Horizon,
Yeah,
Canopy, and at
the
the
vial.
vial.
I think maybe it's his only land. I don't know. Is he full of lands? Because if you think about it so much, it has to have some problems.
Yeah.
Because Ethereal land
I
is
mean,
just what you want.
he's a good actor, but I think this is would be too much acting for a mediocre
Or
hand.
maybe they are waiting that someone says something.
Aha, maybe to start the round.
Oh no, it's a
Anyway,
mulligan from Mehdi.
Mehdi.
This way Pablo kept his hand.
Yeah, it seems.
Was
And okay,
oh,
that's the trophy it's all about.
it's already about the trophy. I hope so. Not.
No.
Yeah.
The next one will be against Loic Favre and whoever wins here.
Okay. To get maybe some buys for the next years.
Yeah, exactly, and this
the title and
nice
the trophy.
yeah, exactly.
And
the money has been split, but
yeah.
there are a lot. I mean, it's about the fame now.
Yeah, fame is pretty important in Magic, you know.
It's pimped cards and fame.
Yeah, the money is for the pimp cards.
Yeah, exactly. And they already have the money. Oh yeah, I see Karn.
Karn is there. I don't. Keep.
Ooh.
Mulligan on 5. I think
How
this
many
is
Simian Spirit Guides can he get?
not on 5 cards. I think 5 is the maximum amount.
If he's cheating, yes. Otherwise, maybe four and the basic mountain.
4 and the Karn, maybe.
Snow-covered mountain.
4 and the Karn.
Yeah, why not?
It's a good start.
You don't even need a land if you want to play Karn.
You don't do something, but
yeah.
anyways, it's good against Etervial.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
to look
exactly.
at the positive thing about it, you know?
Yeah, I think main deck he probably doesn't have too many answers to at the vial except for Karn.
Yeah, and Karn is not great against someone that is so aggressive as a human deck, because it's kind of easy to take him down.
Whatever he gets, you can deputy of detention it, or just if he gets it to his hand, you can meddling mage it or kite self rebooter it or whatever.
Whoa.
Okay.
He's playing the desert also. It's strange to me to see a mono red deck in the top 8. Mono red like this.
I think he was 8th seed, but still, yeah.
Okay. 8th seed is still a 7-1, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the tournament was pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe he just won a lot of die rolls.
And
now
good matchups, maybe, because it's. I think humans is not one of his best matchups, but we will see. I think Blood Moon was always really good against humans, but at the same time,
if not beginning is not good against humans.
Yeah, and if Aethervial comes into play,
Aethervial or
Blood
Noble
Moon is
Hierarch.
a little bit less efficient. Hierarch, you can shoot it. I mean, it's not so easy because it doesn't play a lot of burn spells. But Aethervial is not
and already
easy
he's far behind.
Yes, I think so.
Also because there's a lot of pimp on the table.
Yeah, that's for sure. We know where Pablo put his money from the tournament.
He already invested it in his cards. Okay, and the Pimpy Mountain on the other side. Painful mana base for Pablo. Going to 17.
He knew it was not a burn deck.
Yeah.
Talia. Now he has to pay one more, and it is pretty annoying for the.
I think the deck that wants to play a lot of non-creature spells must be.
Yeah, it is a trouble for him, and it is also funny because
Noble.
it feels like it's more lock for.
Yeah.
Now in this moment, it's more like the human
lock
deck that is locking.
But humans, in a way, also is kind of a prisony deck because you have this meddling mage,
yeah,
so
you have
but it's
a lot
still
of interaction.
Quite aggressive.
Really aggressive, yes.
So
this doesn't work.
He has an attack for.
This doesn't work. Okay. He wanted to play the 3/3 hasty, but with the green and white as two white, now it works.
Blue red would
exactly.
be yes. Blue and white mana, and then
now
the red from is exactly from the cigarette. Okay.
That's 5.
5 in the air and on the ground, and he's already slowed down his opponent. And the opponent took a double mulligan. Let's see.
Oh, Season Permancer is in the deck.
That's okay.
Interesting card. Oh, I see a breach also.
So
he's extremely on the lock direction with also breach. The old version of Mono Red was not playing breach, I think.
But also breach, yeah.
Now
he'll probably drop the Karn, and oh no, he didn't. Dropped a land.
2 lands.
2 lands, yes.
No tokens.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it is really, really strange that he discarded 2 lands.
Yeah,
because
especially
there is
if he's under Talia attacks. Now we have another Mantis Rider. So a lot of pressure coming out of Pablo. I think he's already nearly dead. So 6, 8.
I think it could have been interesting because if he kept the land, the turn after he discarded just 1 card.
And
the turn after he would have played the breach, and he could discard a Shiman Spirit Guide just randomly, and maybe get there because they don't have a lot of things against the Snarling Bridge.
They have a recruiter, usually 2 recruiters, and maybe 1 or 2 deputy of
recruiter. No.
Recruiter of the Guard.
Recruiter of the Guide.
Like the guy that can get a creature with 2 toughness, 2 or less. The white recruiter.
Yeah, that's not in modern, but yeah.
Ah, okay, yes. Sorry, I'm talking about. Yeah, no. That's. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I play some humans, but in Legacy, and there usually you play the recruiter, but it's not modern legal. Yes. Yeah, that's more or less the recruiter in modern.
Now it's just the detention.
Deputy
the only choice was detentions. Now, the turn will still be that. I mean, if he draws the land, he goes land. He will still discard Simming Spirit Guide and go for a bridge. For a bridge. But it is 3, and 3 is not enough. 3 cards in his hand. If he had the land, it was 2.
Yes.
And 2 was enough.
Exactly. Yeah, it seems strange to me to discard 2 lands, especially if for quite some time you cannot cast.
Yeah,
Karn
the tokens are great in this moment. You need blockers to develop your board.
Now he had to jump block with the Seasoned Pyromancer, which is not great, and
it's fine. It's like the tokens, but now, that's really good. That's really good.
In seeing what he drops this time, but he still takes 6 in the air.
Sure, but are the Topter not flying? I don't remember.
No, it's just normal elemental tokens.
Okay.
So he dropped Khan and then a braid.
Yeah, but I like this play. He has 2 tokens. He
Yeah.
goes to 3, and now he needs to draw a land.
Yeah.
If he draws like 2 lands, it's perfect because then he
Yeah.
has a land this turn and the next
But,
turn, and goes to
but
one
then
card in
again,
his hand.
if he had dropped Khan in the first one and had
Yeah,
kept the land, yeah,
it
who
was
would have?
better.
Yes, but
But
I think
that's a good draw.
it's good.
He drew a Blood Moon, and he drew another Siemens Sparrow Guide. Now, if he draws the land, it is funny that we are speaking always that he needs to draw a land and he discarded 2. And
Yeah.
it's a little bit strange,
It's
but
oh,
yeah.
I think it's all unimportant now because he drew the second phantasmal image,
Okay, and that's
and
9
that's 9.
exactly.
Ding ding. Okay, he's dead. So maybe it could have been avoided, but yeah, it's always greed always gets you if you discard lands.
But I don't know. I don't understand it because
Hmm.
I understand discarding one of them.
Yeah,
I can
but
accept that. I
like
don't accept discarding 2
yeah,
because you want a
one
one token. That's the fact for me. The problem is
exactly. You want the token, and also you want to be able to ideally play the bridge and get rid of hand cards because
and if you have the token, your opponent cannot attack with
yeah,
Talia
yeah, exactly.
because you have a two
And you
two and
can
a 1/1 for the double block.
yeah,
That's
that and also you can just jump block for 2 turns if you want.
yeah. I'm not convinced about this,
Hmm.
but
We shall see how it
they
goes
said
when he's on the
yes.
play.
I, I think that game was pretty close looking at
Yeah, yeah.
because
He had
at
a
the end
double
if he
mulligan and
yeah if he played the bridge and humans didn't found I don't know if he is playing how many ways to take out the bridge he is playing and I don't think there are a lot
no.
maybe double detention but
Yeah,
more than this I don't think so
no.
that's why it could
Now,
be a really long game.
yeah, now I don't know how many Night of Autumn he plays, but
They don't
yeah.
play it main deck a lot of
No,
times.
I mean the sideboard.
Sideboard, oh I think
After
at least 2.
sideboard, yeah, we shall see how many ways he has, but he probably boards in
And
some artifact hate.
yeah, and he has also probably I think it is the new prince, the 2/2, and
Charming,
you can get back one of
yeah.
the enchantment artifact removals.
Hmm.
That could also be good. We have to remember that
I
humans
talk,
is not good at playing against Blood Moon if Blood
yeah,
Moon comes into play before
turn
you do
one,
your
yes.
stuff. It's
And I talked to Pablo after a round. I think he plays two of the Prince. What's he called?
Charming Prince,
Charming
yeah.
Prince, not Prince Charming.
I see them, yeah,
Hmm.
I saw them.
And he said, yeah, he thinks that they're quite okay. We saw one deputy of detention, and yeah,
He takes out the
Prince.
Prince.
He values the well, he values Mantis Rider above that. That's quite clear. But
I mean,
uh,
mm,
random dudes like
he,
Thalia's lieutenant or
he
something.
took out Meddling Mage.
That seems stranger to me.
Yeah, I think he took out one Meddling Mage.
Okay, he puts in
Plague
Unsettled
Engineer?
Mariner, Plague Engineer,
It's against Caesar
Dismember.
Pyromancer.
Okay, I think one of the advantages of him not seeing too much of Mehdi's deck is probably that he has no idea what Mehdi is playing.
No, I think he knows.
Well, he
He
saw
discarded Karn.
the desert, yeah, yeah,
Karn and
yeah,
Desert.
yeah,
It's more Karn.
yeah. Seems strange to me that he takes out the meddling mage. Um,
I think he took out one,
yeah,
and
and also the prince because
also Plague Engineer is not like
yeah, it's good
for
against
the like yeah, but I
these
don't think
elementals. But I think that's not the. I
it's
think in general you win against seasoned pyromancers.
that's not a big problem you have. It's
Yeah,
some jump
it,
blockers, sure, but
yeah, and
yeah,
the problem you have
they
is
jump.
all these prison pieces.
Sure. I think the prince is pretty good here because it
Yeah.
scries. It gets back the creatures that have some relevant
Uh,
comes into play
yes.
effects, and
Okay.
The hand is good for Pablo.
Yes. Ancient Cigarette is his only land, which
Is it the is
I
it the
don't
only?
know the second to the last card, but
I
if
think.
it is, then he cannot play Aderbile.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I think this must have been like one
Okay.
of the problems in humans is Ancient Cigarette is a good card.
Yeah, but I think this was because he feared a turn one
Mhm.
chalice.
Turn one Chalice is really bad. Turn one Blood Moon would
Big,
have been
big.
really good, because then he could
Yeah,
play the Aderbile.
yeah. But
Uh,
turn one chalice was the problem. I feel
yeah.
because I would still keep it.
Yeah.
On the draw, you have the Urarch. If he has to have some reaction to the Urarch,
Yeah.
and you can draw a land in two draws, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's close.
Yeah, and it wasn't
I
a
think
bad hand
no, the
per
hand
se.
was good.
Yeah.
The other cards were good. I don't know, but if you fear chalice like this, it's
I I I don't know why he took in the Unsettled Mariner. I
what is the Mariner?
It's this changeling that makes spells that target you or permanents you control one more
Oh,
expensive.
I think he has it in main deck. I think
Hmm.
sometimes they play one of. It's a human.
Yeah, yeah, it is one of the best goblins.
Yeah, one of the
A really good fairy, and also, yeah.
a good dwarf also.
Yes, exactly,
You didn't remember
exactly.
that.
No, I just um, I showed
Is this a mulligan to 5 again?
yes again. So Mehdi not really on the lucky side.
No.
Some rituals, some Simian spirit guide, and we shall see what he kept. And
Ooh, beautiful land. I love it.
chalice.
That's the fear that
Yeah,
Pablo had.
yeah, exactly. And he immediately draws Ethervile, which and the old
Did
one lander and one lander on both sides. So here we have two lands and a Simian Spirit Guide.
that's like the same hand that he had on the first row
Yeah,
from
and
Pablo.
now now we see Karn probably,
Yeah,
and here it does a bit more than
that's
before.
why the mulligan on 5 is good if
Yeah,
you play this deck.
yeah, exactly. Um,
It is funny. Pablo had exactly like the same hand
mhm.
without the land for Etherville on the first hand,
Yeah,
and he had the fear. He mulliganed, I think, because of the chalice,
and then
and
he thought, I
and then
don't
he got the
mulligan to 5.
chalice,
Yeah.
and yeah, it feels this game feels kind of over in my head.
So
I think
in
it's
one
he has
turn,
to hit now.
yeah, he hit the.
Didn't hit. I don't know what it is, but
Isn't it it's
oh,
some
it's a
cavern?
cavern. Yeah,
I
it's
think
a cavern.
it's a box
The
topper cavern.
yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So he'll probably play something. Maybe even play a meddling mage to name the artifact, because getting a land turned off would be kind of bad.
Yeah, I think he has to to
Yeah.
name that card because
Yeah.
now it's a game.
Yes.
He needed the land that turn because
Yeah.
it was
Otherwise,
over.
he would have been dead.
I love this mountain from Arabian Nights.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
Unfortunately we cannot zoom in, but yes, a really nice choice of basic lands there from Mehdi. Fourth land, and
Oh, a braid.
yeah,
Wow, pretty good.
yeah, sounds kind of bad.
What?
Yeah. You didn't name the artifact? Ah, he named ensnaring bridge.
Okay.
Oh. I'm not that sure about what if that was such a clever move.
Yeah, he discovered how this interaction works.
Exactly. So zero cost artifact becomes a 0/0 and then dies.
Dies.
And now he also gets rid of the meddling mage naming and snaring bridge. And I think here the game, yeah, he'll be stone drained for the rest. Ah, okay. Well, doesn't do too much. I thought, okay, for
We
a
solved
second,
the
it's like
problem.
one mana costs now 1 mana. Yeah,
It's 2 mana because it's
yeah.
both cards, but still. It's double Mutavolt? No, it's Gemstone Mine and a Mutavolt. Okay. I got there.
Okay, and place the bridge and
And this, I don't think I would play like that.
no.
I think he has to pay, right? Yeah, for both. I
I
think
think
so.
he
Yeah.
first has to make it an artifact, otherwise somehow it doesn't work.
No, I think I would not have
Yeah,
played it as Narring Reach.
no, me neither.
I would have
Just
take away another
stone
land.
rain
Yeah,
your opponent into
yeah,
oblivion. You can always +1 Khan if you want to.
yeah. He did it, but yeah, I think Stone Rain is pretty good.
Okay, so he goes for
It's
the
still good. Yeah,
one turn
it's still
stone
good.
drain.
Yeah, it's still good. And this way he cannot attack the bridge,
It's
the
not
Karn.
tapped, but
Yeah, it's kind of tapped. Yeah, he can
it's
choose it.
inactive.
He can choose to tap it
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he just tapped it.
before the
Yeah,
the. Maybe Pablo decided like I want to tap it
I want to save all
at
the
point.
mana
Exactly.
I've
I
ever
will
had.
keep it for later.
Yeah, exactly. Put it on the bank. Okay, so what's there on Mehdi's side? This time he tutors.
It is interesting.
He doesn't yet have
The
6
deck
mana
is
for
more
Mycosynth
interesting now.
Lattice.
Okay,
Okay,
that's a good protection.
that switches off
All
deputy and
the
all.
ways to
Yeah.
take out the things,
Okay.
and he can play two and destroy land.
I think he's now. No, he cannot because he used the Karn to tutor something.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're
But
right.
he can. Yeah, he can do that in upkeep.
That again, yeah.
Pablo's really
I
desperate.
think it was better to destroy land.
Yeah. Pablo really desperate. He draws a card
Wow.
and then draws a card and then doesn't get lands. Yeah.
That was quite impressive.
Convincing on a mulligan
Yeah.
to 5.
Yes. Really convincing.
But I think
I hope this card is Plague Engineer.
uh, I
I
think
think so.
I think in general there's a big difference between if he's on the play or if he's on the draw.
Sure.
Pablo, and also Mehdi, because yeah.
Also in this matchup, because you want to. Blood Moon is so good against humans
Yeah.
if it is fast.
And Chalice.
Yeah,
It's
Chalice,
way worse
same
if your
thing.
opponent has Addervile out already.
Yeah, it is. It is a matchup where it is not card drawing. It's something that accelerates you and so on. That if you deny this, the deck is a lot less powerful. And if you let him do his stuff, the problems are real after a few turns.
Yes. And in general, his cards are way stronger than yours, except if you can put your lock pieces turn 1.
Yeah, I think Pablo has to mulligan into a one drop on the play. But that's something that
Yeah,
he
I
has
think
to do a lot.
either Noble Hierarch or
Or
Addervile.
Vile. Yeah, I think Vile is better, but
Sure.
still. It is funny because Vile is better, but if maybe Mehdi can go with a hand of 7 cards, I can see him playing a card on turn
2, yeah.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the extremes are much, like the good hands are much better and the bad hands are really bad.
Yeah, but
So,
they
so
can
he
also
can mulligan.
interact
Yeah,
a lot. I mean,
he has a blade.
I agree with you, but at the same time, it is like, and if my hand is not great but has a chalice, and
Yeah,
your hand is full of one drops,
yeah,
sometimes they interact in a way like they puzzle together in a way like the game is not a game
yeah.
because the,
Yeah, like the last game we saw
well,
is
the chalice on one
uh,
was good game, kind
devastating.
of.
Yeah, and then he cleaned up with Karn.
Another pretty decent planeswalker.
Yes, also another one of those War of the Sparks planeswalkers that were just a bit too good.
Yeah.
I mean, the interaction with Micah and Lattice put it on the map, and against some decks, just his passive wins the game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, all we've seen today, we've seen this Ketis, all of these Mox Opal, and so on decks. Either a Chalice on 0 or a Karn is game over.
Yeah. Did the Catis deck made to beta yet?
I think yes. I think it's actually Loic Favre who is now in the finals.
Oh, cool,
So he
cool.
got a bye to the finals, and then we get to see it again.
Ooh.
Play against the winner of this game here.
Hmm. I, I think the mono red has a better matchup maybe than the humans against the.
Yeah. With humans, you really have to know what you do with your meddling mages.
Yeah. Maybe they played already. I don't know.
So he has another
Vial.
vial and a land. I think that's probably has to be a keep.
I think so. And the meddling
It's
mage also, and
it's
the champion of the parry.
yeah
I think
it's
you have to keep it. I mean, if it is a land that can produce mana for the Ether Vial,
yeah exactly. It's just getting Adder Vial down and then relying on it
yeah.
until the opponent plays a card, which
Oh, it's oh
so he let Mehdi begin.
cavern. No, no, it's
Yeah,
a
sorry,
cavern.
sorry. I'm a bit tired.
Surprise.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired. But this doesn't change too much.
It can change in the meaning that Karn can get down really fast
Yeah,
if he
that's
has
true.
it.
But on the other hand, he still has to play Cavern, and now he has to play Champion, and a lot of his plays are already mapped out. Now he'll probably, I would play Meddling Mage naming Khan. It just it's the only card that insta beats you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about if it feels like he named a lot, like he has
It's
a real fear against the Snaring Bridge,
yeah,
it seems.
yeah,
Because the naming of a Snaring Bridge the game before felt like not
strange.
strange, but more
Yeah,
like really fearful. I mean,
yeah. So he takes 1 damage of his Canopy Land and plays Meddling Mage, and now we shall see what he names.
Mehdi has a bridge in his hand. And,
I think it depends on how high you value just being able to attack, or how high you value um, if your lands and your other vial get turned off, just dying like he did the second game.
yeah, the fact is, at the moment he has Lance and Vial.
Mm-hmm.
That
Both. Yeah,
makes it so that
it's
you
really
have to
hard to
deny
disrupt
both.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why maybe as an Iron Bridge is the right choice, just because
Don't
a
know.
Karn would not be a problem because you can hit him hard.
Ah
And
yes, so he named Ensnaring Bridge. They now put a.
it's Bridge again, yeah.
I think this time it makes more sense than last game.
I agree. And in this game, I mean, you have your resources are pretty.
Okay, he plays a Gobbo Maker and
Yeah,
it doesn't do too
that's
much.
one of the things that I I would not let in against humans.
No, I mean every halfway decent human blocks a 1/1 goblin.
Yeah,
And
he
some
will not get in.
like
And
Talia is a total roadblock with first strike, so
yeah,
you never
it's.
attack again.
I like the mentor and I like Rubble Master and this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of cards, but
But
against creature decks,
they're
they are
really
not
bad.
like
Yeah,
great if you don't have a follow up with removals.
yeah. They're a
And
good clock against combo decks,
yeah, combo and
but
control. But if you like for him, it's crazy good against combo or
yeah.
control because you put him into play and then you try to lock a little bit your opponent, and your opponent will go slower and you put a ton of pressure. But like this,
Okay, now creatures become even bigger. The champion gets +2 and the Meddling Mage gets +1. And so he's attacking for 7. Yeah, so quite a lot. And in hindsight, it's really good he named the Ensnaring Bridge
sure,
because like
they are also
this.
big this
Yeah,
way. It's hard to attack with them.
yes. He could attack with a single lieutenant.
Pablo has still Ethervile in his hand, I think,
There's a
and
Phantasmal Image and
Phantasmal Image.
yeah, and a vial. So what do you image here?
He
A
could have done a
lieutenant.
power play the turn before
Yeah.
by playing the one
Dub.
one that puts tokens
Yeah.
and putting the counter on the stack and playing in the Phantasmal Image
The
on the
lieutenant.
Lieutenant,
Exactly.
and it would be like a crazy clock
Yeah.
for Pablo,
Yes.
for Mehdi. He chose not to. Yeah,
Okay. That doesn't do that much. It's a few goblins that attack.
That's
I don't think
pretty
he'll.
bad.
I don't think he'll attack with the.
If he thinks that, I think now he is kind of all in. I mean, he feels like he cannot win. Maybe he tries to attack just because he feels like if I have to
Well, the
win like
tokens
this.
have to attack, but
Yes, the token. But
oh,
no,
holy.
wait. No, the goblin has no waste.
Yeah, exactly. And so he swings with all
Yeah,
3, and I think that's quite desperate.
that's GG. Pablo will put the
Ah, yeah, now he can even block and
he
then.
yes,
Oh, how hard.
copy and put two
Yeah,
tokens.
put two counters on it,
Yeah,
and yeah,
this
yeah.
will end the game, I think.
The swing back will be lethal. Okay,
He
so
is at
he's
13. It will not be lethal, but it will be really close to lethal because he has still a blocker.
if he draws any human, it might be lethal. It's 2
No,
more. No.
it's 4 plus 4, 8, 8
So he blocks
plus
the
2,
champion.
10 damage.
Yeah.
No, also with a human it's not lethal.
Okay. Okay.
But Medley Mage
Meddling
is the
mage.
human.
What do you name here?
I start drawing a card with the land, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you always have. Oh, well, he can do that. He can do all of that. But no, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have drawn pre-combat. So if you draw a 1-drop, you want to play it.
Yeah, you can play the one drop and have also like a detention. It could make you play in a different way, I feel.
So you
And
would draw before up with
before the
the trigger on the
attacks.
stack.
Before the attacks.
Or
Oh,
in
the vial.
upkeep,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it
upkeep.
could make sense also in the upkeep.
Just to know if you want 2 or 3.
But no, I think I would draw the card and then just
Okay.
use it, because if you draw the card and it
Now
is
he drew a 1-drop, which is exactly the situation. He
that
would
we
have attacked
described,
for
yes,
1, 2, 3 more. Oh no, for 2 more
he
because he
would have
didn't attack
attacked
with
also
the
with the other
phantasmal.
with
Yeah,
the phantasmal,
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
and he would
Oh,
have.
too bad.
Is this is damage already happened?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's on 6. So he took 6 plus.
Yeah, but why is the meddling mage not into play?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Is
now
there a reason?
he's just playing around everything, and I don't think that makes sense.
Maybe against Jokulaps or.
So what's Karn? So
Answer.
maybe now he wants to play the meddling mage.
I think so.
But he probably should have named Karn anyway with the meddling mage. I don't know.
No, I don't think
cards,
so.
Yeah, some kind of sweeper like Anger of the Gods.
Anger of the Gods kills 2 creatures.
Yeah,
no,
that's true.
Less than 2 maybe.
I think Chuckle Hops. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chocolops or Neveral Disc and then Twiddle on top Neveral Disc and use the Neveral Disc. That could be an option.
Or yeah, exactly. Or Oblivion Stone and a few rituals.
Single Spirit Guides.
Yeah, exactly.
That was an option.
Seeding Song, which is banned.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what. I don't think there are a lot of things that you can play
if you
around.
have a 6/6 creature, I think there's not too much that can kill it and everything else.
Red is not good at this, killing 6/6.
No. So Pablo didn't do anything in response to Karn coming on the battlefield. It seems he's just waiting for his fate to happen. He's far ahead, but
he talked like he will show me the card. This way I can madly mage it on my turn and just say that card.
Yeah.
But I think it's
he's already given up on at least 3 points. No,
it doesn't work like this.
No.
I'm sure.
I think they noticed. Okay, good. No need for us to intervene.
It's enough, I think now.
2 blockers. He plays
both. It's enough. Double creature.
Yeah, exactly. He plays both and triggers 2 times. Trigger. Yes. Stuff becomes very big. And yet another trigger. Trigger. And we have an 8/8.
Naming force. What's the red force name? The force of.
Oh, I've never seen it.
That's the card that I would name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something
because
you can
it puts the double 3/1 into play to block.
Yeah, and it's something you can play when you're tapped out.
Yeah.
Does he even? Yeah, he has 2 cards in hand. So. Okay, here comes some desperation blocks, and
if it is a 6, it's
6/6.
It's 7 at least.
Yeah.
Okay. GG's.